Here's how to make the most money in hotshot, semi, or box trucks. The answer is partials. In my last video, I broke down the best setup in hotshot trucking, and those were the 53-foot step deck, 40-foot gooseneck, F550, and the F450. And the reason for that is because you can stack the most partials. They allow you to carry the most weight, and especially the 53-foot, carry lots of length. So if you don't know what partials are load that don't take up your entire trailer, meaning that you can stack multiple of them. So I'm gonna give you an example and try and stay with me because it can get a little complicated. So normally a non-partial would be somebody's paying you to take something from Texas to North Carolina at $2.50 a mile. Now that's okay, but you're only making $2.50 a mile and you still have all those expenses. Now, what partials is getting something, say for example, you get one long load from Texas all the way up to Vermont. Then maybe you pick up a second load, we'll call this load B and the first one load A. You pick up load B in Arkansas, and then you pick up load C in maybe Kentucky. So now what this is doing is load A is paying for all the fuel and everything else to get all the way up to Vermont. And then loads B and C are just extra money that you're making on your trailer that load A is already covering the expenses for. I've seen people get close to $8 or $10 a mile doing this. It's very hard to do consistently. Sometimes the partials just aren't there. Sometimes you have to go a little bit off route so you incur a little bit more deadhead, which brings the average rate per mile down. Maybe you can only get one partial instead of three because you just don't have enough length, weight, or you couldn't find a third one. But regardless, you'll almost always make more than just putting one big load on your trailer. It takes experience to do it, and it's difficult with new authorities just because the load availability is already less. If you develop the skill or you have a dispatcher that you can definitely make a lot of money. If you have any questions about the freight industry or business in general, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll either answer you in the comments or make a video on it.